Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm already in the horse lorry and we are already at our venue. We are out for Maggie's first outing competing of the year. So as you know, Maggie has qualified for Badminton Grassroots and she is fit and ready to go. It's obviously the start of February now and we're really excited to get going, but unfortunately I've actually been having loads of trouble with saddle fit lately and trying to get her sorted, so I've not actually managed to get her out competing yet. I've got some saddles on trial at the moment and she seems to really like them and they look a fairly good fit. So I thought while I've got them, we might as well go and take them for a spin for a round of jumps. So we've ventured out to Newbold Verden, which is a venue I've been to twice before. And we're gonna pop around the... It's not run by BE, is it?
It's run as a BE class.
Yeah, so it is a BE class. I've never done anything like this before, so I'm interested to see what the course is like. It's an ACE eventing, which is like ACE, anyone can event. So I think it's like arena eventing, but I think all the jumps fall down. Everyone's warming up in cross-country colours, which is good because I'm in my black base layer rather than a stock shirt. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So we'll go have a nosy at the course.
Bee, say hi to the vlog. She says, hi guys, finally back on the lorry. Finally, it's time for me to shine.
Okay, I've had a look at the course. It's a round of show jumps, straight away followed on with working hunter, like rustic type fences, but laid out in a cross-country fashion. So they've got offsets and stuff. And there's even in the far corner like a 3-part combination where there's a jump and then a water tray and then a jump, so it's almost a bit like a coffin but obviously simulated. Sorry, I'm getting my boots on at the same time as talking to you. But it looks quite cool. The 90's on the go at the minute and I think I'm third in for the meter with Moopy, so we'll see how we go. She's eager to get off the lorry. I've just seen everybody's wearing numbers, so luckily I've got my spare like reusable numbers, which we usually try and print the numbers for BE because there's usually sponsors on them, but for today we're fine with reusables. And yeah, I'll get ready and get on with it.
Never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the grey, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough for you. I wish you could be happy, yeah, yeah. But I can't lie. LA made you crazy, yeah, yeah. You don't care what's real no more, no, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can't afford. This is goodbye, bye.
I had sweeties for you as well.
You don't care what's real no more. No, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. Don't I make you feel something? Or maybe you can't feel anything. She's not gonna give you everything. I wish you could be happy, happy, yeah. But I can't lie and they make you crazy, crazy, yeah. You don't care what's real no more. No, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. This is goodbye, bye, bye. LA made you
Right, so you're not far off. Go and warm her up and then you can walk the course.
Hello, and by popular request, you guys have been asking if you can see more of our warm-ups. So Mum did a really good job of filming Maggie and I warming up on the flat. So obviously we'd turned up just for the one class. We were competing in the BE100 class because it is a BE type event. But like I say, it was like arena eventing with knockdownable fences for the cross-country phase. Luckily, I'd had a look at the course already and watched a couple of people jump around because we thought, as you'll have just heard, that there would be time for a course walk when there was the course changeover, and they didn't end up doing a course walk. So instead we ended up just going in off of what I'd watched, but I knew my way around pretty much. I'd kind of figured it out, so it was okay. So anyway, I've got Maggie off the lorry, we've got her ready, we've walked around, and I'm just working her now, just sort of softly getting her loosened up over her back, working in trot for a little while and just flowing through and doing some little shapes, a little bit of leg yielding in and out, a little bit of bending to the inside, a little bit of bending to the outside, just really to start making her body nice and supple and flexible before we even think about starting jumping. So it was really nice that it was so quiet in the warm-up arena. It meant that I had lots of space to be doing all of my turns and circles, so that's always pleasant when that happens, because often you can end up with like 10 plus people sometimes cantering around a warm-up arena. It makes life a lot harder. Whereas you can see here, I'm just able to have a bit of a leg yield right, leg yield left, and just really get her listening to my aids. Like I mentioned in the intro, we're trialling different saddles at the moment and seeing how we're going. I was quite happy with this saddle. I don't think that it's the one, but it's certainly a lot better than any of the saddles I've got sat at home. So that's a really good start. And the fact that I'm able to have the saddles on trial for a little bit is really helpful, and I'm really grateful to be able to do that, because it just meant that I could take this one out and test it around a course of fences. So you can see Maggie's now having a bit of a canter. I feel like this canter was okay, but what I was actually feeling as I was working her, you'll see I've got a pair of spurs on, which is the norm for Maggie competing. I don't always use the spurs, but obviously if you're not using the spurs, you use the inside of your heel rather than like turning your heel in and using the back of it. And I don't even know if it was just the cold metal on her side, because I haven't used spurs in a very long time because she's just been at home lately. But I didn't really feel like I could get in there and get my legs on her. So the canter it looks nice, but it also looks like it needs a bit more oomph, a bit more something about it. So, you know, it's very sweet, like not really complaining, but I know I was sat there just thinking I could just do with a bit more here. And she's getting loosened up and we're giving her lots of time just to soften up. I think that a warm-up on the flat, like actually making sure they have a really good warm-up on the flat, is really, really important before you even start jumping, so that their muscles are soft and ready to go before you pop them over a fence, because otherwise you could either look at injury or you've get a bit of a rubbish jump, you know, like there, we lost a bit of balance. You get a bit of a rubbish jump, a bit of a rubbish warm up, and you wonder why, when actually you kind of think, were we ready? Had we made sure that she was listening to my aids? Had we made sure that the muscles were warm and ready, and her brain was warm and ready as such, in order to do this? So you can now see I'm actually doing some transitions, and there was a point where there was a possibility I could have crashed into that other girl, and I just did a canter walk transition instead of doing that. So it's always a good opportunity to keep them on their toes, keep them listening to you, and make sure that you're happy they're listening to you. Now I'm doing a little bit of on and back, and just seeing where I feel like she is and whether she's quite happy with how she's going. Again, another bit of an on and back, nice big arena. And I think this is the point where I pull up and I'm just like, no, I'm not happy. Something doesn't quite feel right. So I'm taking the spurs off. And at this stage, Mum was saying to me, she was like, she looks really good, because she did. She looked really sweet. She didn't look like she was having a major argument. But I just said to Mum, it just doesn't feel quite right. Doesn't feel like she's accepting the spurs. So I decided just to whip both pairs off and see how we felt about it. Because I always feel like these training shows, it's really important to do plenty of trial and error and see how you go. And now you can see I've gone off, I've put her into the canter, and the canter's already quite a bit bigger, which is interesting. And whether that's because I had the spurs off and I felt like I could get in there and ride her more, or whether it's because she was accepting my legs, so I felt like I could get in there and ride a bit more, I don't know. But for that day, it was definitely the better answer to take the spurs off and see how we went with it. And I'll just keep doing trial and error, because she's always competed with them on, but I'm quite happy to accept that maybe she needs them off. She was also in season that day. She's already started coming back into season because daylight's getting longer. So whether that's a factor, but it's just a good element for me just to check and trial and see how we go, because all I want is for her to be happy doing her job, and I really don't mind what setup we end up with, as long as it's a nice, happy, safe, comfortable setup for her. So here is them actually calling me to go in early.
Have you walked the course yet?
They didn't do a course.
They didn't do one.
No, they walked over the barrier. I know.
I assumed they'd do one between classes.
Oh, it was scheduled, but they just didn't do it.
So I've left this in because it is just the reality of competing sometimes, and it's what happens. So if you get asked to go in early competing, you can refuse to go until your time, which is what I always do if I've been caught early. If I'm ready to go, then I go. So I carried on jumping. Mum didn't capture it because she needed to put jumps up and stuff for me. And then I went in for my time. Obviously, I didn't get to do a course walk. So here it is, fresh view of the course. There's quite a few fences, so there's a course of, I think it's 8 show jumps with 1 double, and then the rest of it is cross-country fences. Maggie hasn't jumped a course of fences since Osberton, and we've gone straight in at like metre 5 size, which just doesn't seem to bother her, and you can see she's really loving life. I really made sure she was sort of listening, and then in between my fences I was trying to just ride her on and back a bit to keep her sort of switched on and keep the canter quality good. It was quite a twisty turny course, a lot of like turning on and back with back on yourself and the likes, and quite a bit of galloping in between. Something I hadn't realised about the ACE courses, because I hadn't looked particularly at the rules, is for the cross country bit there's an optimum time, whereas I just sort of rode a rhythm I was happy with. So you can see she's absolutely loving life, glad to be back out. That's the show jumping finished, careful girly, and then we went on to the cross country. So we started off with a bit of an offset line on 3 strides, and she popped through that nicely. bear in mind I've not had chance to walk this, so I was just winging it. Then in this corner you had like this curving line over a water tray with 2 rails, and I found the striding a bit pokey, but Maggie didn't mind, which I think it's actually really good for her just to get in there and get on with it. Then those 2 fences were on an angle, then a bit of a curving line to a skinny oxer, and then all the way long gallop round to an oxer to finish off, which I nearly galloped and then I decided to add a stride for, and she went double clear, which was really good, girl. It was actually the only clear of our section. So she says that was easy.
How'd you do? I'm not broken, I'm just split in two. Hope you're fine, ain't got time to do everything you said you would. Frames of the past and the memory of you just come running by. Pictures of sunny days with your smile in the bar. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them.
Oh, we're done, like that. Whistle stop tour. We've only done 1 round, so it doesn't feel like we've worked very hard, but Maggie was clever, as always. I thought you guys haven't seen this guy for a little while. He's been working his way through an abscess. Surprise, surprise, eh? Hi, Flinty. I'm actually here to fetch you. Good boy. Let's put your head on. Good, Mr. Flint. Mum wants to give him a groom because obviously he's her horse, so she's just dropped me off in the lorry so I can grab him on the way in down the drive, eh? Good boy. Maxie was a really good girl, so today was really useful because obviously we only went and did 1 round. She jumped a lovely double clear, she got herself a frilly, and it was really useful in terms of testing the saddle out. Saddle was good, but I think we can do better, so that's really good news because I've got a couple more on the way tomorrow to try. And it's just given us a really good trial process. It's so hard if you just normal way of just having a saddle fitting and riding in it for what, like 15 minutes max. It's hard to know that that's going to be the right saddle, so I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be trialing the saddles like I'm doing, so that's really helpful. But even so, she still performed great. Really proud of her. She's not gone out jumping. She went to Field Farm in the snow and we jumped some fences, but other than that she's not done anything since Osberton, which is ages and ages ago, and she just goes and pops round and is the only double clear in the class. We were too fast. We got 3 point something time penalties for going 15 seconds too fast. I didn't even realise there was an optimum time, to be quite honest, but no, she's a great girl. She's on the back of the lorry now, so I'll grab her off. And Mama's here waiting for Mr. Flinty. Reunited.
You're not going on there. It's not for you.
This is banging. The lorry is banging. Movie. I shall get her off. So yes, thank you so much for watching. My sassy mare, who is very proud of herself now and ready to get off the truck. Good girl. She says, guys, did you see how good I was? That was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so road to Badminton is well and truly underway. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything particular you would like to see or know about. Obviously, I did road to Badminton last year with Donut, so I will go along those lines. But if you guys would like to see anything specific, I will try and include that. In the meantime, please make sure to like this video, press subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you very, very soon.
Ain't got time. I'm not broken, not broken, not broken.